And on this Friday, January 23rd, 2026 edition of Newsmakers, the annual March for Life was held in Washington, D.C. today. In a video message shown at the National Mall, President Trump says his administration is defending religious liberty and ending all government funding of abortion services, telling those in attendance,
"This is a battle that must be fought, must be won, not only in the corridors of power, but above all in the hearts and souls of the people."
Among his accomplishments, Trump enumerated his appointment of judges and justices who believed in interpreting the Constitution as written, reflecting on the Dobbs decision that overturned Roe v. Wade. Vice President J.D. Vance addressed the crowd in person, saying the pro-life movement needs to build up a culture of life.
That effort is going to take a lot of time, it's going to take a lot of energy, and it's going to take a little bit of money. And that's why we're here, because you know that. We're marching for life because we want our wonderful fellow Americans, even if they don't disagree with us, to know that life is worthy. It is worthy of protection.
Vance also asked for prayers for he and his wife Usha, who are getting ready to welcome their fourth child in July. This is the first time in history the wife of a sitting vice president is having a baby. Meanwhile, the Trump administration announced yesterday that human fetal tissue derived from abortions can no longer be used in research funded by the National Insistutes of Health. In a statement, NIH Director Jay Bhattacharya acknowledged the agency has, quote, long maintained policies governing the responsible and limited use of human fetal tissue in biomedical research. Its use has declined since 2019. The $47 billion agency counted 77 projects funded in 2024 that included fetal tissue. A third person has been arrested in connection with an anti-ICE protest that interrupted services at a Minneapolis area church on Sunday. Mark Mayfield reports.
U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi says federal authorities arrested William Kelly following earlier arrests of Nakima Levy Armstrong and Chantil Louisa Allen. Prosecutors say the suspects played key roles in the protest at City's Church in St. Paul. One of the church's pastors is an ICE official, and Armstrong previously said the protesters sought dialogue with church leadership. Bondi called the incident a coordinated attack and said houses of worship will be protected. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Meanwhile, a Minnesota judge is refusing to sign a complaint charging Don Lemon in connection with Sunday's church protest. Lemon is an independent journalist and former CNN anchor who attended the protest, which interrupted the service. A source familiar with the matter said the decision enraged Attorney General Pam Bondi. However, another source noted that the process is not over and the Justice Department could find other avenues to charge Lemon. The Washington Secretary of State has verified that enough signatures were gathered for the Gender Sports Initiative. Currently, students can participate in sports based on the gender with which they identify. The initiative would prohibit biological male students from competing in girls' sports. The Washington legislature can pass the initiative. If it doesn't, the initiative goes to voters in November. And that's Newsmakers for this Friday, January 23rd, 2026 edition. I'm Keith Black.